Imagine looking at your calendar and um, realizing that Tuesday could test your patience so severely, you might actually snap at your boss.
Oh, yeah. But then Friday holds this astrological key to pitching a project that could, actually make you rich.
Right. And as a Sagittarius, that is exactly the tightrope you are walking this week. Welcome back to another exciting episode on Horoscope TV.
We have a very specific mission today, don't we?
We really do. We are talking directly to you. Like, if you are a Sagittarius, this entire conversation is built strictly for your ears.
Exactly, because the astrological charts for the week of March 30 to April 5, 2026 are showing a massive amount of movement.
Yeah, we are looking at a sky that is just incredibly busy.
You are going to experience major planetary shifts that will pull your energy in several different directions all at once.
And if you just wander into this week without a map, you are going to feel completely overwhelmed.
Oh, absolutely. But if you understand the mechanics of what the planets are doing, you can actually use this friction to launch yourself forward.
Because, you are always aiming your bow and arrow at the next big target. But to hit that target, you need to know which way the wind is blowing.
That is a great way to put it.
Thanks. Think of reading these astrological charts like getting a weather report for your life.
Right. We are going to analyze the charts to tell you exactly when you need to pull out an umbrella to protect yourself from a sudden storm.
And of course, when it is safe to put on your sunglasses and just shine.
Exactly. So let's get right to the biggest event in the sky.
Yes, let's do it. On April 2, we have a full moon peaking in the sign of Libra.
So to understand what this means for your friendships, we really need to look at the mechanics of a full moon combined with that Libra energy.
Okay, break that down for us. What does the astro data actually show?
Well, in astrology, a full moon happens when the sun and the moon are sitting on exact opposite sides of the earth.
Yeah.
The sun's light hits the moon head on, which means nothing is hidden in shadow. It acts like a giant, glaring spotlight.
Wow, a spotlight.
Yeah. It reveals all the invisible things that were hiding in the dark just, a few days before.
And the charts say this spotlight is pointing straight at your friendship zone.
Exactly, straight at it.
So it is pushing you to look at your social circle and drop the toxic fake friends while celebrating the truly loyal ones.
That is the main goal here, yeah.
But I have to ask, why is a full moon in Libra trigger this specific reaction?
Well, because Libra is represented by the scales. It is actually the only zodiac sign that is a physical object rather than a person or an animal.
Oh, wait, really? I never thought about that.
Yeah, and scales are tools used to measure weight. So when the full moon spotlight hits those Libra scales in your friendship zone, it forces you to measure the flow of energy.
Between you and the people you hang out with.
Exactly. You will suddenly see the bare math of your relationships.
The bare math. I like that.
You will see who is pulling your energy out and who is pouring energy back in.
I'm going to be honest. Telling a fire sign, like a Sagittarius, to just go out and drop toxic friends sounds like, well, it sounds like a recipe for a massive explosion.
It does sound a bit risky, right?
Yeah. You're telling someone with a lot of fiery, blunt energy to start cutting ties. And people usually hate conflict.
Oh, completely.
How does a Sagittarius do this without starting a huge, dramatic fight?
That is where the specific nature of Libra comes in to help you. See, Libra is an air sign.
Okay.
And not just any air sign. It brings a very cool, balanced, intellectual breeze. The astro data shows this will not feel like a messy, dramatic breakup at all.
So no slamming doors or angry text messages at 2 in the morning.
No, not at all. Because the scales just show you the facts. You are not reacting out of anger.
You're reacting out of clarity.
Exactly. Imagine you have a garden.
Okay, a garden.
If you want the beautiful flowers to grow, you cannot just let weeds take over. The weeds steal the water and block the sunlight.
Right, they just choke everything out.
Yes. And the toxic friends in your life are operating just like those weeds. They are draining your time.
And the full moon spotlight just shows you exactly where the weeds are.
Precisely. And you do not need to yell at a weed to pull it out,
That is such a good point. You just pull it out.
Right. You just stop giving those people your precious energy. You politely walk away.
And the beautiful part is what happens next, according to the charts.
Oh, it is the best part. When you clear out that negative space, your true, loyal friends finally get all the water and sunlight they need to grow.
So the charts show that you will have a sudden surplus of time and love to give to the people who actually cheer you on.
Yes, you will have so much more energy for the people who really have your back.
That makes a lot of sense. You're making space for the right people.
Exactly.
But the astrological charts show that even before that full moon hits on Thursday, another major shift happens right at the start of the week, on March 30.
Yes, a very big shift.
And this one is going to impact your wallet and your workday. Venus moves into Taurus.
Now, Venus is a fascinating planet because people almost always misunderstand it.
How so?
Well, they hear Venus and they immediately think about romance, buying roses, and going on dates.
Right, the love planet.
Right, but fundamentally, Venus is the planet of what we value. It governs what makes us feel secure, comfortable, and abundant.
So it is about the things that make life feel good and stable.
Exactly. But on March 30, it moves into Taurus.
And Taurus is an earth sign.
Yes, a very grounded earth sign.
Wait, hold on. Earth usually smothers fire. If I am a blazing Sagittarius, doesn't a heavy earth sign just slow me down and ruin my fun?
It slows you down, yes, but it does not smother you.
Okay, explain that.
Think about how you build a campfire. If you just light a match in an open field, the wind blows it everywhere.
Right, the grass catches fire.
Yeah, and it burns totally out of control before just fizzling away to nothing.
True.
You need to build a hearth out of heavy stones and pack the brick down tight to contain the fire.
Oh, I see.
That heavy earth creates a safe space for the fire to burn steady and hot. Taurus is building a hearth for your Sagittarius fire.
Okay, I really like that image. A stone hearth.
Right.
So how does building a hearth translate to my workday and my money?
It translates to turning your wild, charming energy into steady, reliable cash.
Money-making energy, I love that.
Exactly. The charts show your focus will shift toward creating harmony and solid stability in your daily routines.
So like the chaos of your messy desk, your unread emails, your random spending, all of that is the fire burning out of control in the field.
Yes. And Taurus steps in and helps you build the stone hearth. You will suddenly want a highly practical approach to your money.
Which is huge. The Astrodata mentions this is the perfect week to discover a brand new way to make steady income.
Yes, absolutely.
Like starting a clever side hustle or negotiating better terms at your current job.
It is a great time for that.
And it actually says you should sit down quietly and review a strict monthly budget.
Yes, the dreaded B word, budget.
Ugh. A budget feels like a cage to a Sagittarius.
It really does.
You want freedom to jump on a plane or buy a round of drinks for the whole bar. Writing down every dollar you spend sounds like the exact opposite of freedom.
It sounds like a cage until you change your perspective.
How so?
Well, Venus in Taurus changes money from a tool for instant gratification into a tool for long-term peace.
Okay, I am listening.
If you want the absolute freedom to travel the world, you need the money to buy the plane ticket.
Fair point.
Creating a budget this week is not locking yourself in a cage. It is drawing a detailed treasure map.
A treasure map. Oh, that changes everything.
Right. You are figuring out exactly where the gold is buried and charting the path to reach it.
I could definitely see how a treasure map appeals to the archer.
It gives them a goal.
And this grounded energy also helps with the people you work with, right? If you want to negotiate a raise, the charts say your natural charm is running very high.
Because Venus smooths out rough edges, yeah. When you ask your boss for better pay or better hours on March 30, you will not sound aggressive.
That is good, because fire signs can come off a bit strong.
Exactly. Instead, you will sound practical, valuable, and entirely reasonable. You are using that steady earth energy to secure your future.
That sounds like a wonderful way to start the week.
Yeah?
You have a clean desk, a solid budget, and your boss is actually listening to you.
It is a great start.
But looking further into the charts, dealing with the people in your office is not going to stay that peaceful.
No, it is not.
You have a roller coaster ahead.
You really do. The charts highlight two very specific dates that are connected to your career, March 31 and April 3.
Okay, so Tuesday and Friday.
Right. One is a severe test, and the other is a massive reward.
Let's start with the test on March 31.
Okay.
The Astrodata says confusing malefic energies might cause a sudden, frustrating misunderstanding with a difficult coworker.
We all know this coworker.
Oh, we definitely do. The one who replies all to a company email just to say thanks, or the one who takes credit for your idea in a meeting.
Yes, exactly that person. The energy on March 31 is ripe for crossed wires and inflated egos. Okay.
And the instruction from the charts is very specific here.
What is it?
When this frustrating misunderstanding happens, you must stay completely calm and deeply professional.
Oh, wow.
You cannot let your fiery temper take the wheel.
So if this coworker is actively driving me crazy on Tuesday, and I know for a fact that I am right and they are wrong, I just have to smile and nod.
Pretty much.
You have to bite my tongue. That goes against every instinct a Sagittarius has. They love the blunt truth.
It absolutely goes against your instinct, which is exactly why it is a test.
I see.
The universe is watching to see how you handle the small friction.
So if I fail the test?
If you react badly on March 34, if you send a nasty email or start a shouting match over a minor mistake, you will alter the energy around you.
And that ruins the rest of the week.
It ruins the beautiful setup that is waiting for you on April 3.
Wow. So Tuesday is just an annoying pop quiz to see if you have learned to control your temper.
Exactly. Passing that test proves you are ready for the massive opportunity arriving on Friday. And the opportunity on April 3 sounds incredible. The charts show Mercury making a brilliant connection with your ruling planet, Jupiter.
Yes, it is a fantastic connection.
The astro data says this gives you perfect mental clarity to pitch a highly creative project to upper management.
It really does.
Let's break down the mechanics of this. What does a brilliant connection actually mean in the sky?
So in astrology, we call this a trine.
A triad.
It means Mercury and Jupiter are sitting exactly 120 degrees apart in the sky.
Got it.
When planets are in a trine, they are working in the same element. The energy flows between them without any resistance or friction at all.
So they're like best friends.
Exactly. They're holding hands and running in the exact same direction.
And what do these two specific planets bring to the table? Like, why is this so good for pitching an idea?
Well, Mercury is the planet of the mind. It rules your communication, the words you choose, and your ability to explain complex things clearly.
Right. And Jupiter.
Jupiter is your ruling planet, and it is the planet of massive expansion, grand visions, and big dreams. Oh, wow. So an energy flows smoothly between them?
You suddenly have the exact right, smart words to explain your biggest, most ambitious ideas.
Mercury brings the smart words, and Jupiter brings the grand vision.
Yes.
That is a lethal combination in a boardroom. You are taking a complex, money-making idea and making it sound so simple and exciting that management just has to say yes.
And you will have an audience that desperately needs to hear it too.
Really?
Yeah, the charts specifically mention that your unmatched charisma will easily inspire your tired colleagues.
Tired colleagues is such a real concept.
Isn't it?
Yeah. By Friday, April 3, everyone in the office is just staring at the clock. They are completely burnt out, drinking bad coffee, and mentally checking out for the weekend.
And then in walks you, the Sagittarius.
Boom.
Exactly. You naturally carry this bright, loud, optimistic fire.
Right.
When Mercury and Jupiter form this trine, your ability to wake up a room is totally unmatched. You become the exact medicine your sleepy office needs. It is like walking into the final exam and getting a perfect score because you studied the right material.
That is a perfect way to describe it.
But the key is, management is only going to listen to your brilliant pitch on Friday if you didn't spend Tuesday screaming at that annoying coworker.
Right. Control the fire on Tuesday so you can light up the room on Friday?
Okay, I love that. And that amazing flowing energy on April 3 between Mercury and Jupiter does not just stop when you clock out of work, does it?
It definitely carries over.
The chart show is going to make your love life incredibly exciting too.
Oh, very exciting.
But there's a huge catch.
Yes, there is. But first, let's talk about the good stuff. The romantic sector of your chart is pushed into a very playful state.
Fun.
You are going to feel a strong urge to step completely outside your normal, boring routine and just try something totally new.
Let's split this up for the listeners. What does this mean for a Sagittarius who is currently in a committed relationship?
If you have a partner, this is not the weekend to sit on the couch and scroll through your phones.
So no Netflix marathons.
No, that will feel highly stifling and irritating to your fiery energy right now.
Got it.
The charts suggest you plan an adventurous weekend getaway, or at the very least, go out to a loud, vibrant concert.
So doing something big, loud, and active will reignite the spark.
Yes. You need shared adventure, not just a shared dinner table.
A loud concert is classic Sagittarius territory. The heavy bass, the crowded room, the bright lights.
They absolutely thrive in that environment.
Now, what if the listener is single?
For single listeners, the astro data is fantastic.
Oh, do tell.
Because your charisma is overflowing, you might easily meet a fascinating person. And the charts give a very specific setting for this.
Oh, really? Where?
You will likely meet someone who loves travel and higher learning at a busy social event.
Okay, picture this. You are at a noisy art gallery opening or a packed rooftop party.
Yes, exactly.
You bump into someone, and within 3 minutes, you are deep in a fast-paced debate about backpacking across South America or a wild new class they just took.
Right. It is an instant meeting of adventurous minds.
That sounds like a beautiful setup.
It really is. But as you mentioned earlier, there is a catch.
A major warning for April 3.
Yes, the warning about your mouth.
Uh-oh.
We have to go back to the mechanics of Jupiter for a second.
Okay, the planet of expansion.
Right. Jupiter makes everything bigger. It expands whatever it touches.
So it makes your desire for fun bigger.
Yes, but it also makes your words bigger, faster, and much louder.
Meaning your mental filter just completely turns off.
Exactly. Because you are feeling so relaxed and playful, you might speak before you think.
And what does the astro data say could happen?
The charts warn that you might accidentally blurt out a deep secret you promised to keep.
Oh no.
Yeah, or you might speak so bluntly that you severely hurt someone's fragile feelings.
I am going to push back here a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
You're telling a fire sign to be bold, to go to loud concerts, to talk to strangers about big ideas. But at the exact same time, you are telling them to watch their mouth and be careful not to be blunt.
I know, it sounds contradictory.
It is like telling a horse to run wild, but also, tiptoe. How is that actually possible in practice?
It is a very difficult balance, which is why we are calling it out so strongly. The trick to navigating this is understanding that the astro data is asking for bold actions, but thoughtful words.
Bold actions, thoughtful words. I like that distinction.
Yes. You physically go to the loud party. You boldly walk up to the stranger. You take the action.
Right.
But when you open your mouth to speak, you must apply a manual brake to your brain. It is the 2-second rule.
The 2-second rule. Just pause for 2 seconds before you answer.
Exactly. When someone asks you a question or when you want to make a joke, stop for 2 actual seconds. Count them in your head.
1, 2.
Right. Ask yourself, is this a secret? Is this joke a little too mean?
And if it passes the test, say it. If not, pick a different topic.
Precisely. You can be loud and joyous without being careless with your words.
Okay, if you can manage that tightrope, Friday is going to be amazing.
It really will be.
By the time the weekend hits, you are going to feel like a superhero. You aced the pitch at work, you had a wild night out, and your energy is just through the roof.
But that exact feeling of invincibility sets the trap for your biggest risk this week.
Yes, we have to talk about Sunday, April 5.
There's a massive red flag warning in the charts.
A massive red flag. What is happening in the sky?
The sun sharply squares your ruling planet, Jupiter.
Okay, we talked about a trine earlier where the planets hold hands and run together. What happens in a square?
A square means 2 planets are sitting exactly 90 degrees apart in the sky.
Okay.
If a trine is 2 planets running together, a square is 2 tectonic plates grinding directly into each other.
Ouch.
Yeah. Neither side wants to yield, so the pressure builds and builds until there is an earthquake. It creates massive friction and tension.
And who are the 2 players in this earthquake?
The sun and Jupiter.
Okay.
The sun represents your ego, your identity, and your pride. And Jupiter feeds your hope, your optimism, and your desire for growth.
So when they grind against each other in a square, what happens?
They create a dangerous illusion in your mind.
What kind of illusion?
The illusion that you are totally invincible and that your resources are basically infinite.
Oh boy.
You will feel an overwhelming temptation to completely overextend your energy and your money.
That is scary. The charts issue a strict warning to absolutely avoid making any large or impulsive purchases on April 5.
Yes. Keep your wallet closed.
The astrodata says your usual excellent judgment might be blinded by extreme and unrealistic optimism about your future wealth.
Unrealistic optimism is such a dangerous trap.
It reminds me of going to the grocery store when you're starving.
Oh, that is the worst. What happens when you shop hungry?
You walk down the aisles, and your brain truly believes you are going to eat 3 bags of chips, 2 frozen pizzas, and a gallon of ice cream.
Exactly.
Throw it all in the cart because in that exact moment, you feel like you need all of it.
Yeah.
But then you get home, you eat 1 slice of pizza, and you realize you just wasted your money on a bunch of junk food you do not actually want.
And on April 5, your brain is doing the exact same thing, but with your entire life and your bank account.
Wow.
Because you had such a successful week, your ego is inflated by the sun and your optimism is inflated by Jupiter.
So you might look at a wildly expensive sports car or a massive luxury vacation package and think,
You think, I should just buy this. I'm doing great at work. Future me will easily pay for this.
but the reality is, future you does not have that cash in the bank yet. It is the starving shopper syndrome.
Exactly. The optimism is great for dreaming, but it is terrible for signing contracts.
So how do we physically stop ourselves from making a huge mistake on Sunday?
I highly recommend that you literally leave your credit cards locked in a drawer at home if you go out on April 5.
Literally leave them at home.
Yes. Take just enough cash for a simple coffee or lunch and nothing more.
That is so smart.
This sharp square energy is a great time to sit on your couch and dream about the big things you want to build, but it is the worst possible time to actually spend the cash.
Leave the plastic at home. I love that practical rule.
It will save you a lot of stress.
Now, this warning about overextending yourself is not just about your wallet, is it?
No, it applies directly to your physical body, too.
Because you run the risk of burning out around April 5, the astro data gives very specific instructions on how to care for your health.
The charts demand a disciplined and balanced approach to your wellness this week.
Okay, what does that look like?
Well, your busy social calendar, the meetings, the loud concerts, it will all leave you completely exhausted and drained if you are careless.
Right.
You must prioritize deep self-care and take quiet time away from demanding crowds to recharge.
Let's talk about how fire works for a second. You said earlier that fire needs to be contained in a hearth so it does not burn the house down.
Yes.
But fire also needs fuel.
Exactly. If you keep running around saying yes to every single social invitation, you are burning your fuel faster than you can replace it.
And eventually you just run out of wood and turn into cold ash.
Right. You have to step away from the crowd to let your nervous system calm down.
But the charts suggest a very interesting way to calm down.
They do.
It says engaging in grounding activities like lifting heavy weights, taking a long brisk walk, or stretching tight muscles will soothe your active nervous system.
Yes, that is the recommendation.
Let me push back on this, though. Lifting heavy weights is exhausting.
It is.
If I am already drained from a busy week, shouldn't my self-care just be taking a quiet, warm bath?
Well, for a water sign or an earth sign, a warm bath might be absolutely perfect.
But not for Sagittarius.
No. A Sagittarius has an intensely restless nature.
True.
If you try to force a buzzing, energetic fire sign to lay perfectly still in a bathtub, you might actually cause them more mental stress.
Oh, because they cannot turn their brain off.
Exactly. Their body is trapped, so their brain just starts spinning faster, worrying about all the things they could be doing.
Ah, I get it. Their body is resting, but their mind is running a marathon.
Right. To truly rest a fire sign, you have to move the physical energy out of the body.
So lifting heavy weights in a gym or taking a fast, brisk walk tires out your physical muscles just enough to finally quiet the buzzing mind.
It pulls that wild, flying mental energy down into your solid feet. That is what grounding really means for a Sagittarius.
So physical movement is the key to mental rest. Tire out the legs so the brain can finally take a nap.
Exactly. And the charts also give clear nutritional advice for this week.
Yes, it says you need to drink plenty of fresh water and avoid heavy, rich foods late at night.
This ties back to the warning about overindulging. Jupiter wants more of everything.
Even midnight snacks.
Especially midnight snacks. You might be tempted to eat a massive, rich meal at midnight after a long day, but your digestive system simply cannot process that while you sleep. Flush your system with fresh water instead to keep the engine running clean.
Drink water and stretch. Got it. And speaking of keeping things on track, let's remind the listener of the specific numbers and dates from the charts.
Yes, the lucky numbers.
Your lucky numbers this week are 3, 18, 29, 35, 43, and 57.
Keep those numbers in mind, absolutely.
And the rhythm of the week is clear. The best dates to push hard and pitch your big ideas are April 2 and April 3.
Right.
But around April 5, you need to drink water, stretch, and protect your energy.
Protect the bank account, protect the energy.
Exactly. Now, to wrap up this reading of the charts, we need to look at who is flying with you.
Yeah.
We were talking about compatibility.
Yes, who should you keep close this week and who do you absolutely need to avoid?
Because your energy is shifting rapidly from the workplace to social events, having the right co-pilots is critical.
It makes all the difference.
The astro data says your best match this week is the sign of Gemini.
Gemini, yes.
Their curious, adaptable energy perfectly balances your deep thinking, restless nature.
Let's analyze why Gemini works so well for you right now.
Okay.
On the astrological wheel, Gemini and Sagittarius sit opposite each other. They are sister signs.
So they are different but connected.
Exactly. You approach the world differently, but you share a core need for fast movement and constant learning.
The charts say, while you dream of the distant future, a Gemini helps you find joy in the tiny, exciting details of today.
Think of a road trip.
I love a good road trip analogy.
You, the Sagittarius, are driving the car. You are looking at the distant mountains, completely focused on the grand destination miles ahead.
Right, eyes on the prize.
The Gemini is sitting in the passenger seat. They are looking out the window, pointing out the funny roadside signs, finding a weird diner to stop at, and picking the best fast-paced music for the radio.
That is a great analogy. The Gemini makes the actual journey fun while you make sure you get to the destination.
Exactly. They offer rapid-fire conversation that inspires you to learn.
But most importantly, they understand your deep need for absolute freedom.
Yes, a Gemini will never, ever try to tie you down. They give you the mental companionship you secretly crave without making you feel caged.
Which is exactly what you need this week.
Hmm?
But on the flip side, the charts issue a very clear warning about your worst match this week, Pisces.
Yes, you must handle this combination very carefully right now.
The astro data says their highly emotional, sensitive approach will feel incredibly draining and confusing to your blunt, straightforward style.
It is a tough mix.
You want fast action and absolute honesty. They want a quiet, secluded, safe space.
Look at the elements. You are a blazing fire. Pisces is a deep, vast body of water.
And what happens when water meets fire?
Exactly.
The fire gets put out, it turns into smoke.
Right now, your fire is trying to burn brightly to achieve major career goals and clear out your social circle.
Yeah.
A Pisces is focused on shifting emotional currents. If you spend too much time with them this week, their heavy emotional water will drown your driving fire.
And there is a real danger of hurting them, too.
There really is.
We talked about how you might speak way too bluntly around April 3 and April 5. The charts specifically warn that your honest but tactless words could quickly hurt a Pisces' fragile feelings.
And make them withdraw into their shell, yes.
You might say something thinking it's a simple observation, but the sensitive Pisces will take it to heart and just retreat in pain.
You definitely do not want to cause that.
No. So the safest path is to maintain a very safe, polite, emotional distance from Pisces this week. Keep them out of the splash zone.
Protect your fire and let them protect their water.
Good advice. And to help attract that fun Gemini energy, the charts mention a color of the week, purple.
Purple.
The specific color code is #80080.
Purple is actually the color of Jupiter, your ruling planet.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes, it represents confidence, royalty, and expansion. Wearing purple is a subtle signal to the universe that you are ready to accept the spotlight.
And all those money-making chances coming your way.
Exactly.
So throw on a purple shirt, pull the weeds from your friendship garden, balance your budget, and get ready to pitch that big idea to your tired office.
You have all the tools you need.
It is an incredible week if you navigate the friction wisely.
Truly incredible.
Before we go, I want to leave you with one final thought to chew on while you take that brisk grounding walk.
Okay, let's hear it.
We talked about clearing the decks today. You are dropping fake friends to make room for loyal ones. You are using Venus to organize your budget and create peace at work.
Right.
All of this organizing and clearing out is designed to give you freedom.
It really is.
So ask yourself this. Once you clear out the toxic friends and set up your perfect, peaceful workday, what is the very first wild, massive dream you are going to chase with all your newfound free time?
That is a great question. The space you create this week is not meant to stay empty. It is waiting for your next adventure.
Think about that massive dream when you are biting your tongue on Tuesday. Let it guide you.
Keep your eyes on the horizon.
Well, we want to thank you for spending your time listening to this episode on Horoscope TV.
Thank you so much for joining us and exploring the charts today.
We warmly suggest that you subscribe so you can get notified the moment the next episode is available. Keep aiming your bow high, Sagittarius. We will see you next time.